The sanctuary Basilica of the Assumption of Our Lady in Maltese Basilica da Santa Maria, commonly known as the Rotunda of Mosta or the Mosta Dome, is the Roman Catholic parish church and basilica in Mosta Malta, dedicated to the Assumption of Mary. It was built between 1833 and 1860 to neoclassical design of Giorgio Brunetti de Vassè, on the site of an earlier Renaissance church which had been built in around 1640 to design of Tommaso Dingley. The design of present church is based on the Pantheon in Rome and has the third largest unsupported dome in the world, and is Malta's largest and most famous church. During World War II, the town of Mosta was prone to a real bombardment due to its proximity to the airfield of Royal Air Forces. And on 9th April of 1942, the Luftwaffe dropped 3 bombs on the church, and 2 of them deflected without exploding. However, one 50-kilogram high explosive bomb pierced the dome and entered the church, where a congregation of more than 300 people was awaiting early evening mass. The bomb didn't explode, and Royal Engineers defused it and dumped into the sea of the west coast of Malta. This event was interpreted as a miracle by the inhabitants, and a similar bomb is now displayed in the Esse Christi at the back of the church under the words "The Bomb Miracle." Mosta celebrates the parish feast of the Assumption every 15th August. Mosta's feast day celebration is popular among both locals and tourists. The city is annually decorated by local parishioners and townspeople seeking to demonstrate their affection for the city and its patron saint, weeks ahead of the public procession. Mosta is a small but densely populated city in the northern region of Malta, with a population of about 25,000. And the most prominent building of Mosta is the Basilica Rotunda. In the Middle Ages, Mosta was a small hamlet amongst a number of other hamlets. And Mosta is now, in contemporary times, witnessing the construction of many new houses. New built-up zones with residential houses are found on the outskirts of the older Mosta. Mosta has 2 band clubs and 2 fireworks factories, and a lot of traffic passes through Constitution Street, one of the Mosta's main streets connecting the south to the north. The Basilica Catacombs are the largest set of catacombs found to date outside Rabat and are located in Mosta. An attraction in Mosta is the Speranza Chapel in the Speranza Valley, and the chapel was built between 1760 and 1761. The Marquise Malia Talbone farmhouse is a folklore attraction run by the Talent.Mosti philanthropy in collaboration with the adjacent school council. The farmhouse overlooks the valley, and it houses exhibitions varying from paintings, photography, artisanal work, hobbies, and a permanent folklore museum. 2 dolmens dating back to the Bronze Age can be seen in a field between Via Ragusa and Varet-il-Wild. The Cumbo Tower is a fortified residence in Mosta, and the grounds there is a small Christian family tomb from the Roman era. Mosta is a really big urban area. You can easily come there from the Valetas bus station, and if you like a characteristic architecture of Maltese style, it is maybe the best place to enjoy in it. There are endless narrow streets built in old Maltese style, and you can walk through them for the hours. Those streets are usually empty. You can see only from time to time cars and not many people in the street. for the one of the most density cities in Malta, and Malta is the most density country in the world. You can see only few people in the street, and that's something that I will hardly would understand, because I'm coming from Belgrade, from the city with almost 2 million people, and all the time in my city we can see quite a lot of people in the streets. In Malta it's not the situation. I have to say that I didn't like much Mosta. Mosta doesn't have some basic characteristics of the city. It has the central square, and there is a Mosta Rotunda, but you can't find around it some buildings that belongs to the city. You can't find around it bars and restaurants. You can't find pedestrian zone. I haven't seen it in Mosta. There is only one very long street with a heavy traffic. All the cars and the buses are passing through this street, and along this street there are many different shops where you can buy whatever you want. But it's not the street for the relaxed walk and for the enjoying. At the end of the Mosta, you can find one shopping mall which looks quite spectacular, but from the bus. But when you go there, you can see that it's one really huge supermarket, and there are some bars and restaurants, some fast food restaurants, and there is one small covered shopping mall with fancy shops and fuel cafe bars. And I think, as I could see, it is the only place where you can go to take a seat and take some rest. But there is also some big parking, so even those places doesn't look too good. For me, Mosta is a place where you can have your maybe accommodation if you decide to live there, but I think it's not a city where you can enjoy the life. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my impression. I have to be honest with you. So, for example, Rabat is a much more vibrant and enjoyable city.